Yes guys, hello and welcome. So this is the start of the Tin Pot Endurance series. We did the Le Mans start like they do it in real life. So if you already haven't looked at the title and the thumbnail, this is 24 hours of Le Mans, except that it's a 2-hour race. I know in the thumbnail that it says 24 hours, but it's actually only 2. But yeah, this is the start of a new racing series that I'm starting on GT Sport called the Tin Pot Endurance League. So yeah, it's basically some of the guys from Tin Pot, and we race this endurance races lasting 2 hours with 2 different categories. So yep, there's a highlight video of that 2-hour race. So as you can see here, we get an absolutely dominant start, already leading from Sui Ross in the Toyota, and our race was quite a snooze fest. So yeah, now to have a look at everyone else's perspectives, our race just pretty much was leading from the front. As we see HG10 here into turn 1, he gets punted off by Chris RBO in that McLaren, and there go some of the LMP cars who had to skip qualifying. And yeah, they're just very easily going ahead of the GT cars. And here of HG10 going around the outside. And yes, that's the livery actually made by me that he's using. Respect for him for doing that. Cheers, mate. And yeah, on the opening lap, Sofa Axel had some difficulties. And yeah, he just slides into a wall there. So quite unlucky if you ask me, but these things happen. But he managed to get recovered. Some mechanical damage, you can see the car's trying to turn a bit right, but nothing too serious. Now here we have Rimlig DYR. I think this guy was Dutch, if I remember correctly. He had an absolutely awful race here in LMP1. And yeah, it's a race to forget. For his part, he just slides into the wall, and as you'll come to see later on, he gets more difficulties. But now moving on to the GTE class, TSM Mom in the Renault, as you can see here, was leading for quite a while for the first few laps until he spins into the wall and loses the lead. That was a massive accident. As you can see here, gets reset to the track as Chris and HG10 go by. Now this was an absolute cracking battle between HG10 and Chris RBO. Here once again on the replay, that TSM Mom incident from the perspectives of Chris and HG10. So yeah, here they're just coming, minding their own business, and they go through the corners. Chris has a massive wobble there, and there's a ghosted Renault of TSM Hamir Mom right in the middle of the track there. And yeah, he obviously didn't have a good control of the car. There's a very same lap as here comes TSM Hamir Mom once again as they head into the Mulsanne corner. It's going to be almost 3 wide as they head down there. TSM Mom gets past both of them, but can he brake for the corner? No, he can't. He goes way too deep into the corner, and HG10 keeps the lead in GTE Pro. Like I said before, this is an absolutely beautiful battle to see. TSM Amir Mom re-emerging from the gravel trap in the background as they head down the straight into Indianapolis here. Beautiful shots from the Gran Turismo replay game. And yeah, like I said, my race was just super boring, so we're going to be focusing on these GT battles. But just take a moment to appreciate how beautiful these camera angles are. It looks so realistic as these cars just fly by into Indianapolis here. But here Chris is looking for an opportunity, hot on HG10's tail. Chris gains on the straights a lot, but in the corners HG10 has the advantage, as you can very well see over here. So yeah, Chris is getting very close here due to the slipstream from HG10 allows him to corner nicer. But I talked to Chris after this race, and he said that the final chicane, the 4S's, were very difficult for him. As you can see probably here as well, it's just not taking them as quick as HG10 is, but still, nevertheless, great racing by Chris here. You can really see how the gap grows up to a couple seconds, like after the Ford SS, HG10 leads. But on the straight, that McLaren is just so good that it just manages to catch up so incredibly well, because this track is a mixture of a little bit of everything. It has chicanes, high-speed sweepers, slow-speed corners. It has a bit of everything. But that's it about the track this time. So you need context for this one. I was live on YouTube for this race. I was in the voice chat with HG10 for this race, so let's jump into a clip from that live stream. 6 or 7 pounds in the UK.
Chris is around! Chris spun!
Oh.
Chris spun!
So as you can see there, Chris RBO had a little mistake at Tertre Rouge to allow HG10 to extend his lead. Now here we have Rimlig DYR. I talked earlier about him having a very difficult race, and yeah, the problem just keep on continuing. He told me personally after the race that he just couldn't get a good control of the car. And as you can see here soon in my perspective here as well, his race ended here. So Real DYR, our first retirement, and now jumping back into the live stream. Now, since there's nothing really to stress about, as we're coming up to a McLaren ahead of us. Is that Chris RBO in the McLaren? Hello. What are you doing here?
I can tell that if I'd been an LMP cars, the race
Mate,
would be a lot
Chris!
more stressful.
No.
What has happened?
I was... Now that incident was just totally my fault. I thought that I'll go around the outside of Chris. As you can see, my tires are very badly worn. So I thought I'd go outside, on the outside of Chris, into this first corner here. But he did not go right as I expected him to go. We made contact, I spun, but luckily that didn't have too much of an effect on my race in the grand scheme of things. So yeah, just a little spin, these things happen, and let's get on with the race. Now here also on the onboard camera, we will be getting it, just very unlucky, must be said. I thought it was going right, but he obviously didn't. Now I believe this was on the same lap that I had my incident with Chris. So here is Sofa Axel in the Ferrari, and Jim DJ Man ahead in the McLaren. And yeah, it just goes a bit wide, and this was the start of an absolutely titanic battle between these two. It wasn't for a very high position, but it was brilliant to watch. Let's get right into that brilliant battle. Now, although this was a great battle, it was not one of the cleanest ones. This was for third place in the GT category. Now, this battle obviously went on for quite a while, but I have the best bits for you here. But here's Sofa Axel in the Ferrari and Jim DJ Man in the McLaren in the Ford S's. Sofa Axel sends one in the Ford S's. Jim DJ Man closes the door on him, but can't get it closed properly, and Sofa Axel gets by. But on the straights, the McLaren is just so much quicker and manages to get by back into P3. But does Sofa Axel have anything to say about that as I head into the Dunlop corner? In turn 1, Jim DJ Man goes a bit wide, allows Sofa Axel to get alongside. Can he get the move down? He goes around the outside. Can he get it? Can he get it? Can he get it? Yes, he can. Only for now though, but on the straight, Jim DJ Man did get past, and that seems to be the end of it for now as they head into Indianapolis. Is always a place you could size up and move at, and he does. He gets alongside of Jim DJ Man. Can't quite get the move down, but Arnage is another opportunity. Goes down the left hand side, goes a bit wide, and that's the end of that move for now. Oh, TSM in the wall, TSM in the wall. At our Indianapolis. There was another clip from the live stream of TSM Mayoma having a little incident at Indianapolis there, and I think he just decided to call it quits here. As you can see, the car gets controlled by the AI, goes very fast because he disconnected, and yeah, it just grinds to a halt after the Dunlop corner. So yeah, it starts rolling down the hill when there's nothing controlling it, no handbrake or anything. But yeah, we go by fairly easily there. Wasn't even racing, and we're dominating the race at this point by about a minute. Make a slight mistake here at Tetre Rouge, but you know, it's nothing in the grand scheme of things. We had a good race overall so far. Now, this was the most boring part of the race between the end of the first hour and until there was half an hour left in the race. Nothing was happening, so I decided to get these nice scenic shots of these cars just going around the track. I think it looks pretty cool, hope you like it as well. But heading into the final half an hour, things started to get exciting. I had just made my stop. I pitted for super softs after running a very long stint with the mediums, so let's see how it goes. In order to make it to the end, I knew I had to save some fuel, so here we are going down the inside of V069. We had to save some fuel like I just stated, and I thought that the best place to do that would be on the straight. So there was around 5-6 laps to go. I had around 4 laps of fuel in the car, so that was a massive issue. So on the straight, you will come to see here, I dropped back to Winamix 6, and they're just breezing past me, unlapping themselves. So they have already been lapped, and I'm trying to get Vino back a lap behind, but he has to take evasive action and go through the chicane. Sorry about that. Penultimate lap here, just taking it easy, in rich revs. I had just set the fastest lap thought before the HU10 getting a bit in the way here as I was trying to lap him. We just get a bit frustrated and we totally ignore the track limits, but you know, that's how they do it in Le Mans as well, so that shouldn't be a problem. Heading into the final lap right now, there is the McLaren of Jim DJ Man ahead of me, committing what quite frankly would be called attempted murder.
Wait out to 17 seconds, bleed out the clock. Oh my god, he's trying. Oh, that would have been so funny if I would have just... No, it would have been funny if I got taken out there.
2, 1, thumbs up.
And here we go then.
Can you guys see the lack of grip I'm experiencing?
Yes! 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 Yes, 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 yes! Come on! Come on! Whew. What a race, boys! What a race!
So there we go. After a grueling 2-hour race, we come home in P1 in my own racing league, finally taking the win. This time it's GT Sport and not F1, and I also have a lifetime experience around this track. Those factors, of course, helped, but it still doesn't take anything away from the fact that it was an absolutely dominant race. Enjoyed that so much. Been working so hard to get this whole event done, first of all, and then to win it is absolutely amazing. In the GT class, it was Chris RBO who came home to win the race. From there, HU10 close second. They had a brilliant battle, but Chris came out on top there. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll see you all at Nürburgring. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.